Welcome to Awakeness Hypnotherapy. And I came through this work through my own experience of being hypnotized, which led me to learn about hypnotherapy because it was really beneficial. And I have seen hypnotherapy work wonders with people who want to feel better. They could be feeling overwhelmed with worry, overcome a habit like smoking, quitting pot, or some other substance, and they just feel like they're stuck in a mental loop. This can be very helpful using hypnotherapy. And what's even greater is now that I've learned about the guided questions that people like Emerson on his YouTube channel, or even the lesser known John Wheeler, point to this space of our true nature. With Emerson, there's no gatekeeping. He loves to encourage others to use questions like he does and guide people. So I was fortunate to have a one-on-one with him and attend his last retreat in Toronto. And over this period of time, I've recognized something in me wants to incorporate and blend in this guided questioning. And so Awakeness Hypnotherapy was born. And here you're going to see some of the conversations that I had with people who decided to allow the recording. No, it's never required. I use hypnosis to move into a gentle, quieter state. And using the guided questions, I just allow each person to arrive at their own understanding. And it is a gift to see how it unfolds. I invite you here. I hope this brings meaning or inspires something within. And if you'd like to learn more, I offer online sessions. Click on the link below or connect with me for a free consultation. You can also find me at sonomahypnotherapy.com. Well, hello. Good to see you. So we've been able to connect a few times, and I thought it might be nice to just ask you to share a little bit about where you are and how we come to meet, why you are here, anything you want that comes up for you for today.
Great, yeah. I'll start by saying that, where I am today is in part thanks to you, because it was during a period of, intense seeking that I found about Emerson. And one of the videos that I experienced at the very beginning was your video, your first one.
Oh, the crying video. Yes, I remember.
Yes, it's beautiful. It got me into the same.
Oh, good. Okay.
And that's it. And so I experienced it, in the flesh. And then when I spoke to Emerson about it, he encouraged me to reach out to you, especially because, one of my first interests was hypnosis, as I've told you, right?
Yes.
For me, it started by discovering self-hypnosis.
Yeah.
I know the value, of that approach, and then just thinking about combining the two, the Emersonian approach and the hypnotic approach. I thought it was genius. So, and I can say now it really is, right? We've done a few of those.
Yeah, we have. Yeah, we both have that love for whatever it is that hypnosis seems to provide in moving away from these thoughts and beliefs that are completely sometimes overwhelming, really, to be engaging with.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then we have been able to, I feel like we've had at least 2 or 3 connects, and you've shared with me what you're working on. And so I would like to enfold that into this and then maybe get into where you are with beliefs and so forth after. So where are you now? What is happening with you in terms of your practice with it?
Right. Yeah, it's been evolving. I think it was in May of last year that I started holding these one-on-ones, but in a group setting, like I would take a volunteer with people that were interested in mindfulness. I opened it to people that were looking to be in the here and the now, but didn't necessarily have that non-duality. And so, yeah, it started like that, like doing one-on-ones in front of people. And now it's been moving towards like an interactive workshop kind of thing where I get the participants to ask the rest of the group prompts, the invites.
And when you talk about prompts and invites, you mean the questions similar to Emerson and how he, right?
Oh, right, yes.
Yeah.
So multiple questions that Emerson asks, but
Yeah.
instead of engaging back and forth, I took inspiration again from a thing you said, that it was that you can answer with silence, right?
Right.
So I incorporated that, and I tell people, like these invites look like questions, but you can decide not to answer them or answer them with silence.
Yeah.
And it's really in that space where the mind doesn't need to figure out a smart answer, to everything.
Yeah.
But
Thanks to Emerson for us connecting, because this is wonderful to
yeah.
work with someone else, and even the way that it kind of came together where we both absolutely feel that in this space, when you are in hypnosis, it's not anything magical. It's something where we are in a space without our attention moving into thought. It's a daydreamy state that's described using words we know, right? Or it's just a concentrated place of awareness, which is a perfect time to use some of the questions, the guiding questions that Emerson speaks of, to really draw us clearly away from where we have spent most of our time in these thoughts that usually are moving us into a state of chaos or seeking, right? Whether it's spiritual seeking or feeling better or going to the past to rewrite it.
Oh, yeah.
So, with you and what you're doing on your personal side of things, how are you right now? What do you notice when beliefs come up or thoughts are driving you? Like, what's that for you?
Yeah. So that's it. It's still something that happens, the mind still does this thing. It's just that now either I notice it earlier and I don't stay in it as long as I used to before. So
Good.
and it's being comfortable with how it's showing up, You talked about belief, it's working with that belief that the things should be clear all the time,
Uh-huh. That's running in the background.
Yeah.
Things should be clear all the time. Right.
Yeah. Or
Okay.
that at the very beginning, I used to think that speaking with Emerson once or speaking to you once, should clear everything up for me.
That's the belief.
That was the belief too.
Yeah.
It's a dynamic thing.
You're not the only one, buddy.
Ah,
You're not alone in that. Like, oh, it looks so like done, boom,
yeah.
right? And like you see it when he talks, but yeah, that's some people. And then we see other people that we really are outgrowing a habit of turning to the mind for answers. That's how it feels for me, is I don't have it all figured out. And that's also just really resting back in just, it's fine. Like, it's just for now. So I would love to work with you again and review some of these questions you volunteered to. I love that. We will just start, like you said. The questions are more, and this is all using words, right? Because language is all made up. But just to preface it with, it's really moving into a place of more experiencing. And they're like entry points to silence, into nothing that can be named or described. And then we'll just see how it goes.
Right.
Okay. Okay, so how about we start and begin with just here, right now? What is here before you put any words to it?
Just relief.
So, what is relief if you take away all of those letters? And you can keep your eyes closed if that's comfortable. And a thought can come. What? Yeah. What?
Because I enjoy it so much, that yeah, I quickly feel that any word that I would say, would spoil this moment, Yeah.
Is there something behind a limit to how much you can enjoy it? Is there a belief there? So who are you without that belief?
Gives so much space for like for everything. I think that I've always almost been ignoring.
And notice in this moment, does it become personal? What's between personal and not personal? How you doing?
I'm always like surprised how simple and how to say. I'm always surprised how I lose sight
Mhm.
of this.
Who are you about that belief about losing sight?
Sorry?
Who are you without the belief, I always lose sight? I've heard you mention that before.
Hmm.
What's between losing sight and not losing sight? Who is observing that one that has a belief about, I always lose sight? What's observing that? Now take away that observer. What's here? What do you experience without referencing that past belief and that observer trying to figure this all out?
Or
What remains?
it's that simplicity, I think it's that feeling of relief.
Between describing this and not describing this. If you can't use words,
Yeah,
description and no description.
it takes too much effort to describe.
That's another belief.
Mm.
What are you without? Doubt. If you can't reach to the future, no next. No reflecting.
A weighted blanket kind of
Oh,
fell on the whole. Hmm.
and if you don't even describe,
Mm. Amazingly still.
mm, then without the mind describing something here, what's here? Then you don't have to answer that. And what's between comparing and not comparing? And what's between holding on and not holding on? And these are just words. What's experienced without words. And this is more words, but when we were young, really before language, seemingly we just intelligently followed and knew what was needed at a time, whether we were going to step forward and maybe tumble. So the intelligence here leveled out our body to step careful. And then adults language came in as we were about to step, and someone said, "Wait, what might happen?"
Mm.
And we were taught future thoughts need to be paid attention to before and without the intelligence we have. Nobody's fault, but if something was hot and we touched it once,
Mm.
we would move away from that hot the next time we came close to it. Yet language taught us, hey, do you remember what happened in the past? Now, I'm not going to just go with what I feel or sense and trust. I
Mm.
better pay attention to thoughts about what happened before, what could happen. But without language, we seemingly actually do everything. Walking, knowing when to go to the bathroom, brushing our teeth, all the micro movements that go on automatically.
Mm. Well, there's definitely an intelligence.
Something, there's something there that always knows what to do to grab the handle quickly and allow someone to get through the door so it doesn't swing on them. There's no thought involved to that.
And so, if there is, it's always an afterthought.
Well, I've heard something about thoughts being measured. This was a study. I can't point to anything about putting something on people's heads and measuring when a thought would signal on some kind of a graph machine. And they did a series
Yeah.
of things, put about a few things, and then they gave instructions to the lab participants, pick up the fork, put it down, pick up the glass, put it down, and they'd watch. And as the instruction was given, and they, for example, went to pick up a glass, a thought would come a millisecond later. I'm going to pick up the glass. The narrator just narrating like a sportscaster in a bad mood telling you what's wrong. Narrating after.
Right. So I was thinking about that the other day, specifically the sportscaster idea, how it looks like live commentary, right?
Yes,
But the action has to happen before
correct.
sportscaster commentary, so it's never live.
Mm-mm.
Always
No,
live.
even the commentators that are commentating on sports are replaying what happened. As they're saying, oh, he's going to go left. He's always going left. They're commenting after. It looks like these guys might go this way when they're going to run it straight down the middle. That's thoughts. It's after. And it's always almost often derogatory.
Yeah. It's always looking what's wrong.
Right.
What's wrong. What's right.
Yeah. So, do you need anything right now?
No,
Or is something
honestly,
already here without effort?
now it's so empty that I can't think of anything.
So, if no thought is even there, or if a thought is deemed untrue, what remains?
Mm. And even say, uh, yeah, this is what I like working with you, is that it's not superficial, it feels very deep.
Mm.
Yeah.
Says a thought. Can it really be described?
Yeah.
Yeah, the mind wants to get back in there. What's between describing and not describing? Just take time to be. Just take time. There's nothing to do or not do. Oh, good. The glasses are off. You don't have to say anything.
Mm.
And is there actually a separate me here? Or is that coming from thought?
Right at that moment, I was saying, I could be here all day.
Oh, who said that?
Exactly.
Right, right. If a thought can't define you and describe you,
Yeah.
what happens to the sense of me? Go in between trying to know and not know, between trying and not trying. What's between me and no me? How you doing over there? Can you find the me? What's between finding and not finding? It's like seeking and not seeking. What's between?
Mm. Just going to make an effort to just acknowledge how everything you say is like so in sync.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not me saying it, just so you know. Can't I don't even know.
Yeah. That's why I
They
don't even know either. That if I were to make an effort and say,
Who's the I?
yeah, I don't even know. Because it's definitely not there, unless, unless I make an effort to piece the experience together.
What's between efforting and not efforting?
Mm.
Nothing. If nothing is added by thought, is anything missing? Where's the next? Can you find it? Eh. What's between next and no next? How you doing there? What's between freedom and no freedom?
Yeah. into being that sweet spot where kind of automatically knows not to even.
You're trying to use words to describe something, aren't you? How's that going?
Yeah, well, it's not going.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hey.
Mm, mm,
So I'll close this video. We'll stay on for a bit, but what's between here and not here? Without words and language. Between time and no time. Is there really anything missing? Okay, I'll close this recording. Is there anything you want to add? Oh, perfect. Till soon.
mm.